The title of this video is going to be, You Are a Walking Tower Moment. Now, tower moment, of course, this is where, like all the walls come falling down. This can be structures, this can be foundations, this can be illusions where things have been happening behind the scenes. There is some people who have been under oppression. So this is a video for the chosen ones, okay? You could have been placed in a situation, environment, where there could have been people who have been under oppression for a really long time. So there have been people that have been suffering behind the scenes. It could be your parents, it could be people who have been in a certain work environment and they have been going through abuse. It could be any setting, it could be a lot of settings. But those people have been going through years and years. So there has been a very long cycle of some kind of an illusion, or I could say toxic pattern or behavior, or even sometimes we could say abuse. And that thing has been going on. So the individuals have been probably getting away with it. They wasn't even, bothered about who would say what. They have got this power and everything. So, and then by some, I could say for some strange reason, you have been guided to move into that vicinity. You could be, let's say, for example, it could be a home situation, and it could be a work situation, it may be a church situationship going on. And you see, as a chosen one, you're a person that can look beyond the veil. You're a person who can look beyond the illusion. You're the guy or man or woman who can actually see what is happening behind the scenes. And it may not usually make any sense when you walk into that vicinity, environment, and it will take you a very long time to realize what is happening. So what is now going to happen is you're going to be given a chance to experience those same cycles, because you see, you will be placed in those people, amongst those people. And the universe is going to give you a chance to experience what has been happening in those places. Is why I've told you that most of the times you will not even know why did you end up in that particular vicinity. You may not even like the place. It could be a home where you don't even like the home. It could be, a church. You're not happy with the church, the way they do things, the things they do and stuff like that. You don't even like it, but you've been placed in that place for some reason. So a lot of times chosen people, they say, oh, why is it that they are the ones going through this? Why is it the ones going through that? So stuff like that. And, usually I believe that there is nothing happens by some chance or coincidence. I've come to realize along my journey that every particular event that happens in our lives happens for us, doesn't happen to us, and happens according to divine synchronicity. So basically what the universe does, the universe will place you in those particular environments. So you're going to experience what is really happening behind the scenes. You will see it, you will hear it, you will go through it, because you'll be part of the cycle. So I'm talking about people that are the cycle breakers, the chosen ones, the cycle breakers. So basically the universe has actually placed you in that particular environment and vicinity to break a particular cycle. And sometimes to figure this thing out, it is going to take you a good number of years. And eventually, one day, one step at a time, your eyes will start to see inside of this cycle, what exactly is going on. So you may start discerning between different individuals. If it's a workplace, for example, you will discern what exactly this manager doing. Why are they doing this? Because you may now start to see the patterns. Okay, somebody is getting fired for nothing. They're giving somebody an extra load. they're not paying somebody, or there's something. So there's really fishy stuff that is going on behind the scenes. And you're starting to see this. And at the same time, if it's a family, for example, like the black sheep, you guys already know, you're not in those families by coincidence. So as you carry on being a part of the family, you will still see so many things that will be happening that are unexplainable, very unusual stuff, even sometimes dirty stuff that has been usually happening inside of the family unit. You are seeing it, you're experiencing it, and it's not going to be even easy. It's why I've told you that sometimes chosen people, you might end up being placed in the most horrible and worst environments you've ever been. So you'll be given a chance, like I said, to experience those events, cycles, and experiences. And then, like I said, by some form of divine synchronicity, the universe will slowly start to create a situation where it is ready to extract you from that situation because your job has been done. Slowly, you will see uh, opportunities open up somewhere else. Let's say, for example, if it has been a job, you may start getting offers from a different company. Okay, we heard about you and what you're doing. We want you to come and work with us. We like your service and stuff like that. So that is also a sign that you're going to your next assignment. Okay, it is only until you reach that environment that you will understand what your assignment is. So then eventually the universe, like I said, the universe is going to start creating these particular incidents and circumstances that are now going to start slowly gravitating you and moving you away from that vicinity. Okay. And of course, something might happen, like most of the time, there may be some usual cases that happen where you could even get fired, or it could be a church where you are not agreeing with the leaders in the church, what they are doing and the things they are doing. There's some stuff they are not really putting straight forward to the table, and it doesn't even make any sense. So you might actually be eliminated from that community. There are not all churches are genuine churches. There are some churches that are just like cults. Okay, they're just like simple cults. They just gather a group of people and start doing funny and fishy stuff behind the scenes. Not all of them have said. It's up to you to discern which one. And you may be eliminated from the church. You could be actually sent out of the church. I've personally met a person who was suspended from their own church because they said that this person actually broke the rules in church. So they were suspended out of that church. And I think it took like a period of about 6 months. So it was like a punishment for that person standing up for the things that she believed in. This was a lady. And if it's a school, you could be suspended from school. If it's a home, you may see sometimes things are happening and you cannot stand the abuse. And for some reason, you're getting away from that family. You're extracting yourself out of the unit. So like I've said, it can just simply be in a setting. It can also be happening, like I've said, in a relationship. And there's going to be cases whereby you're going to eliminate yourself or extract yourself out of that relationship because you're no longer thinking that you don't want to deal with that energy. You've already seen the cycles and you feel like you need to get out of those cycles and go out there and do your own thing. What is really happening spiritually is that your time has come to the end in that particular place. So it's why I've told you guys that when you ever see these people firing you from work, sending you out of workplace, sending you out of the church, getting you out of the family unit and stuff like that, you just need to know that your time has come to get out of that cycle. You're a cycle breaker. So you're not supposed to be continuously getting involved in that particular cycle. So you need to get out, okay? And go and wait for your next assignment. So what now happens is that the moment you walk away and out of that unit, it is not going to take you even weeks. It may be a week or two. It may be a month. You never know. It's when now you're going to understand that the entire foundation of that place that you was involved is starting to crash down. I'll give you an example. If it has been a job place, for example, you might have left that job. Maybe you deliberately left the job or you was fired out of that job place. And it's been a week or two or three, maybe a month or two, And now you're looking back and you're hearing people telling you things like, oh, you remember that manager who used to oppress people, who used to refuse to pay the people, who used to do all these weird, funny things to you and stuff like that. They were sacked. So they were sacked from the job. Something happened. Probably they was caught up in somewhere, whatever it is going on behind the scenes, and they were sacked from the job. Or you could hear sometimes even workmates that was involved in certain irregular activities. Maybe they were stealing money from the company. There was embezzling funds and stuff like that. You're now going to start hearing things that are happening in that company. And sometimes these things may not even be after you leave. They may even start happening as soon as you step in. Whereby you enter a certain company, you start working for a certain corporation, and you start seeing people here and there, so and so has been fired. As soon as you stepped in, they have been working there like 3, 4 years. As soon as you walked in, they were sacked from the job. So is why normally when I talk about the energy of a chosen person, so your energy is different. Normally when you walk into a place, that particular vicinity or environment, something is going to shift in the energy of that place, and a lot of cleanup is going to be done. Okay, so the universe wants to clean up some place. Is why I've done a video before and I've told you that chosen people, they may be placed in the most horrible circumstances. You might even never understand why you ended up in that kind of place. And now you start seeing people who are getting fired. So and so was fired. So and so lost the job. So and so went to another company. So and so did this. You are now cleaning up the place. Your energy is actually cleaning up the whole environment. And when it comes to the guys who are there with the authorities and the big bosses, the CEOs and managers and stuff like that, those ones may be the last to leave. But normally it is going to happen when you leave, when you actually vacate that vicinity. So as a chosen one, it is like you are put in certain situations as a tower moment because the universe wants to do some shakeup. There could be some people going through stuff, very difficult cycles. People could be suffering and things like that. And you've been sent into those places to go and clean up the place. So do not be surprised when you start hearing all these funny things are happening, something has happened to the company. Sometimes you may even see the whole company has been shut down. It could be a company which doesn't even pay taxes. They're kind of dodging taxes. They are like running behind the scenes doing shady stuff. They don't want to pay their taxes and stuff like that. The entire company is going to shut down. So usually as a chosen one is what you need to understand about yourself is that you are not in certain environments by coincidence. There is very specific reason as why you are placed in certain environments. It is because you are placed there specifically to clean up the place. So that's what I mean by tower moment. So basically the walls come falling down. Everything that didn't belong just starts breaking down and falling apart. So that the whole organization or situation can be rebuilt this time in a way that it's supposed to be. Because a lot of times when you have been placed in these moments, in these situations, it could be, like I've said, there are some cycles, there's things that have been built over time. There have been oppressive things, oppressive habits, oppressive behavior, things that have been not supposed to happen, that have been happening in that place. That is why you have been placed there. So is what I mean when I say you are a walking tower moment. Because anybody that comes into contact with you, they are going to have to think twice about the things they have always been doing, the cycles they have always been involved in, and the activities they have always been engaging. So this will be like a mirror whereby you may sometimes be forcing people to go back to the drawing board and sit down and try to figure out what have they really been doing and what do they need to clean up in their own personal lives. And that is why it is a very uncomfortable moment. Because you see, when you are forcing a person to look at themselves in the mirror, they're not going to like what they see. Okay, they don't want to look at themselves. They don't go to like what they see. It's why I've told you sometimes that because you're a reflection in some people's eyes, you're really showing them, bouncing it back who they are. It's like they are not comfortable with what they see. It's why sometimes they feel like you're a threat and they need to eliminate you from a home. They may decide to eliminate you from a household. It could be a job, it could be a church and stuff like that. So they want you gone because it is uncomfortable to be around you. Your energy is unbearable for some individuals. Is what exactly I mean when I say you are a walking tower moment, because you can cause foundations that were built on lies and stuff like that to collapse. And this is what happens in your life wherever you go. So things do not happen by chance. Things do not happen by coincidence. You are a chosen one in a place that you don't really like. You are there for a reason. You just haven't yet found out what the reason is, but the reason is there. It will just be a matter of time before the reasons will come to you at a certain point in time. So I'm sure that many of you guys know what I'm talking about. I know that you guys have experienced these kind of scenarios and events. Let us know in the comment section below if you know what I'm saying. Give us a like, share, comment, and do not forget to subscribe as well. And I'll get back to you guys in my next one. You want to book a session, or maybe you want to donate or support my channel, you'll find all the links in the description below. And until then, I'll catch you guys in my next one. There's almost signing out. Much love and blessings. Peace.